Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 13 of the 2018 Beer Cartel Beer Advent Calendar. Today we are revealing the Black Ale from Prancing Pony, day 13. So we are halfway through the Advent Calendar selection. We hope that you are enjoying it. And today I am joined by Frank Sampson from Prancing Pony. He is the co-owner and co-founder of Prancing Pony. Welcome, Frank.
Thank you. Welcome.
How are you?
And I'm very good. And yes, I'm also the head brewer. So Prancing Pony Brewery, we just turned 6 beginning of this month. And the Black Ale was the third beer we added to our portfolio and released in 2013 and had it ever since continuously. So we are a mid-sized brewery in the Adelaide Hills. We sell mostly in South Australia and a bit in the eastern states, also in Perth. Our philosophy is to make beer where the flavor is derived from the traditional beer ingredients as grain, hop, yeast, and of course water. That doesn't mean that we sticking strictly to the purity law, because we do allow ourselves, for example, to use kettle finings. But that defines our product. So that means what you're not getting is beers that have fruit added to it or other adjuncts, which is nothing wrong in our opinion. But as a business, it's good to know where you stand so you can communicate what you're all about.
And so your heritage is a European heritage? Tell us.
That's correct. We are from Germany. We arrived here way back in 1982, and I started home brewing pretty much then. At the time, it was a cost factor. Wow, that beer is expensive here. As we know, of course, it's the excise. And that hobby over decades led to a business, which we have now.
Yeah.
So I come from the homebrew background. My real profession is in engineering and science, but that's what we do now, and we love it.
And engineering is not a bad thing. There's a lot of beer people that are engineering and IT. So
that's correct.
It seems to be, I guess, trades or experiences that kind of go hand in hand with brewing. So it's always good to see. It
comes in handy when you have equipment to fix.
Yeah, exactly. Fantastic. And today we are revealing the Black Ale. And I guess there's always some preconceived notions of dark beers, and this one obviously being called a Black Ale. But tell us a little bit about what people should expect. And I'm gonna pour mine while you tell us a little bit about the beer.
Yes, I concur with the notions people have about dark beer, that they're heavy, they're only in winter. This Black Ale, I quite enjoy it on a hot day, and if it's chilled. I used to compare it to, let's say, many dark beers come across like a brownie. They're very tasty but heavy.
Yeah.
This is more like coming across like a chocolate mousse. It's still very tasty, but it's light on you to an extent that you go back for a second one.
Yeah.
So style-wise, it's a hybrid between an American Black Ale and an American Stout. It's not as bitter as the Stout, but it has more hop than the Stout, more like a Black Ale. When you look at the style book under Black Ale, it's basically the Cascadian IPA. It's not quite that strong. It's become very popular since we released it because it's easy drinkability for dark beer.
Yeah, and so I think a couple of things with the dark beers, people often associate dark beers with bigger stouts, or Guinness is obviously the one that a lot of people kind of consider when they think about dark beers, and Guinness has got, the quite kind of creamy head to it, and it's got really big. Oh yeah, no, yours does too. But that's the first thing people kind of think of in terms of the Guinness. This one's at 6%. So it does kick a little bit above kind of an average alcohol content for a beer, but it's by no means trying to be like an imperial stout or anything along those lines. And I kind of get the hop characteristics and some chocolatey kind of notes. I mean, you said like a chocolate mousse. So I definitely kind of get those, and I can see.
Well, in body, definitely got all the dark flavors you would expect, say, from a robust porter start. The dark chocolate, the licorice, the molasses, and so on. Definitely in the nose and in the flavor, but in body, it's light enough, but taste enough that you go back for another one. It's not, as you said, that filling feeling you have with many other dark beers.
Yeah.
And which makes them nice winter beers.
And it's got a, you can tell the hop characteristic comes out in the flavor as well, and the bitterness as well. It's got a little bit of bitterness from the hop characteristics.
Yeah, but not too much. Yeah. So it shines through a little bit from the roasted malt bitterness. In this, we use a dehusked malt to avoid that bitter, burnt bitterness you get with stouts where you want it. We wanted to keep it out here, which makes it kind of appealing for our punters. They really love that.
Fantastic. And what types of food, you say it's a summer or a beer that you don't mind drinking in summer, even on warmer days, what type of foods do you pair this with?
Pretty much all meat dishes, most foods, even curries, but yeah, meat dishes, barbecues, roast, definitely, yeah.
Fantastic. And tell us a little bit more about Prancing Pony and what you guys are planning to do over the next couple of years. What are the big plans of Prancing Pony? Are you expanding, staying the same?
Yeah, of course. Like most breweries our size, we all want to grow. Yeah. And of course, getting more challenging with more breweries coming online in the market. So we want to steadily grow our business by selling more. We hope we got enough capacity where we are to stay another 2-3 years before we need to move to larger premises. So we have a bit of time to plan for that.
Yeah.
We want to introduce a little more of special releases. We always done a few a year. We want to do at least one every 2 months, but we won't go to 2 or 3 a week like some do, because that keeps the space interested.
Yeah.
We definitely want to maintain our core range, so people come back to that, but entice them by having the occasional new release. So at the moment, we're working on a West Coast style IPA.
Oh, nice.
And we're planning to release that in March, so towards the end of summer. It's not hot enough, but still sunny enough to have or move to a stronger beer away from maybe a blonde ale or golden ale.
Fantastic. And if people are in South Australia, you have a tasting room they can come visit?
Yeah, absolutely. We open every day except Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we open either 10 or 11 o'clock. On the weekends, we open longer. Thursday, Friday to Sunday, we open for longer. We have quite a menu of beer food, nothing too complex. We have a range of burgers, pizzas, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And of course, our beers. So we have an outdoor area, a bit of a beer garden. And you basically sit in the middle of the brewery. So you look at the brewery, there's no glass in between. You can interact with the brewers, which is a lot of fun for the punters, and they can ask questions and many ask homebrew questions and so on. So it makes the space interesting.
Fantastic. Well, I thank you very much for joining me on the video call and sharing your story and your vision for the beers that you brew, and also sharing a bit about what the black ale is all about. I certainly hope it has, for those of you at home enjoying this beer, possibly change some perceptions of what dark beers can be. And Frank, from Sydney to you in South Australia, cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Merry Christmas. And we look forward to seeing what Prancing Pony has got planned for 2019.
Yes, stay tuned. There will be a few new things.
Fantastic. Cheers, Frank.
Okay. Cheers.